In this problem, we're asked to find the Y parameters for the two-port network shown below. You can see the two-port network. You can see it basically consists of these three resistors. You can see we have our port variables labeled. And the way we're going to go through and solve this, for instance, is we'll go in and, for instance, set V2 equal to 0. So in this equation, if we set V2 equal to 0, we'd be left basically finding these two components. Then in another case we'll do is we'll set V1 equal to 0, and that will allow us to then find these two parameters. So let's start off with V2 equal to 0. And here is our circuit. So with V2 equal to 0, here's what the circuit looks like. So now, if we look at our circuit, you can see V2 equal to 0. So if we look in the circuit then, we have the voltage V1 across this resistor and the voltage V1 across this resistor by Kirchhoff's voltage law. So then, for instance, if we apply Kirchhoff's current law at this node, we'll have I1 is equal to V1 over 42, which is the current flowing through here, plus V1 over 21. So then we have V1 times 1 over 42 plus 1 over 21, and that becomes 3 over 42 times V1, or that I1 is equal to V1 times 1 over 14. So then if we look back, if we set V2 equal to 0, and we get I1 and V1, we're going to get Y11, then it's I1 over V1, which is 1 over 14 Siemens. Okay, so there's the first variable now. Now we need to find Y21. Okay, and if we look and apply Kirchhoff's current law here, that current is 0 because the voltage across that resistor is 0. So then I2 is minus V1 over 21 from Kirchhoff's current law here. So then Y21, which is I2 over V1, is minus 1 over 21 Siemens. So there's two of our parameters. Now, to find the other parameters, we're going to need to go in now and set V1 equal to 0. And that will allow us to find Y12 and Y22. So now, with V1 equal to 0, here's our circuit. And if we look now, the voltage V2 is across that resistor. The voltage V2 is across that resistor because by KVL, since this is 0, that has to be V2. So if we, again, go in and apply Kirchhoff's current law, we'll get I2 is V2 over 10.5 plus V2 over 21. And if you go through and do the math, this is 3 over 21 times V2, or 1/7 V2. Okay, so Y22 then, in this case, is I2 over V2, which is 1/7 of the Siemens. And now, to find our last parameter, Y12, we go and look at Kirchhoff's current law here. The current flowing through there is 0 because of the short circuit. So then I1 is minus V2 over 21. Okay, so Y12 then is I1 over V2, which is minus 1 over 21 Siemens.